Hit record.
It's already recording.
It is?
Yeah.
I think that would be like the first thing that anybody does when they get excited about being in front of a camera. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Now you can't hear anything.
ooh, 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 ooh. Hello. Ooh, 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 ooh. Can they see that thing where it says that I have to be at Parkwood at 8 o'clock? At 8 o'clock
No,
tonight?
that's
Check in the mental hospital, 8 o'clock.
all right. Cool. So, what are we talking about?
I'm going to talk about how excited I am.
Why are you excited?
I've got a number of things I'm excited about.
What's number one?
Number one would be my haircut. Got my haircut for the show. What do
You
think?
really do have that Iceman thing going on.
You think
Kinda
so?
cool. Yeah.
Wow.
I definitely see that feature.
I think that's a fantastic compliment. I feel like more the Chris Farley thing is going on.
Oh, no, he's
Iceman,
that. Yeah. That guy's gone.
He's gone. He's going away. We're getting rid of him.
Yeah.
Got a new pair of Lucky jeans. So I'm
Those are
excited
expensive.
about that. I know. Amanda got me a gift card for Valentine's Day.
You got some paint on them
Because
already.
she's my Valentine. You're kidding me.
The white paint.
You would have to point that out. That's not even worth pointing out.
Is
Bastard.
that supposed to be there? Like
Yeah.
okay.
I paid extra for that. I tell you what else I'm excited about. Microphones.
Man, this is cool. This is we definitely have upgraded.
We are getting all professional up in this rump
Because
shaker.
last time you were like whispering over there.
Yeah.
And I was like the loud person.
I was sitting over there trying not to myself is what I was doing because I was so afraid.
Now you're not. Now
Now I'm
you're
not.
just excited.
That's right. So this is awesome. I'll tell you what else I'm excited about.
What's that?
I'm excited about 16.2.
Oh, that's today.
Yeah. And I'm still excited about 16.1 from a week ago. Just the open altogether gets me excited, and I like having things to be excited about. Mm-hmm. And the open's one of them.
Yeah. I get excited about it too for lots of reasons. Like, it's a good way to. I mean, the serious part of it is just. It's a good way to compare myself to what I was doing last year and where I'm at this year, and then. Beyond that, I just love watching other people experience it and do stuff that they were afraid to do and or things that they didn't used to be able to do. You know what I mean? So there'll be movements first of all, everybody's scared, right? The people that have never done it before are all scared and they don't think that they can do it. There's like this huge intimidation factor. And so when they sign up and then they go experience it, it's like, oh wow, I just did. That was not as scary at all. Like I just finished the workout, and that's it. It's just like any other day, right?
Do you find that the open has become less about you and more about other people now that you're a gym owner? And the longer, the more years you participate.
Yeah. Before owning a gym, I was definitely in it to like beat all of my friends, and wanted to make sure that I beat all of my friends.
And now you're just in it to beat Bob Harper?
Now I just want to beat Bob Harper, and beyond that is just watching everybody else experience the whole, I got my first chest to bar pull up, or I did my first open workout, or I was really scared of that, and now I got through it, and it's fun, and now I'm looking forward to next week and cheering everybody else on and seeing what else I get to discover about myself, that week.
Well, you've really got a thing for old Bob.
I do.
Bob bothers you?
I'm not even sure. I wouldn't say it bothers me, but it's when I was watching Biggest Loser, like the first year I did the open. Well, not the first year I did the open, but I guess maybe it was 2012.
Quit rocking back and forth, Rain Man.
I'm an excellent podcaster.
It's going to sound funny.
Sorry. So, I don't know. I was watching Biggest Loser, and there was one season where he just started getting into CrossFit really big. And he was wearing like I don't know, Rogue T-shirts, and he started making his clients do like pull-ups and stuff we're doing in CrossFit style workouts. They were doing like thrusters and stuff, and so I just, for whatever reason, saw that he was doing the Open that year, and I was like, you know what, I just want to beat that guy. And so I did. And then,
why did you take the stance of I want to beat him when he's such a likable guy? I just want to hug him.
No idea. I don't know. It just it just happened.
You just
Well,
just put the crosshairs on.
Yeah,
Bob.
you know how people do the leaderboarding thing. Like they go on there and look at like the leaderboard and see where they're stacked up at. And so I just started doing that and comparing myself to him, and then it just went from there. It's like, wow, look at this celebrity guy. I'm better than him at exercising.
I don't have any celebrity people that I'm better than. That's what I need to do is find one.
Yeah,
and I'm going to target them.
There's one, yeah. I'm sure there is.
I got to find that celebrity guy.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. The way that he's looking now, I think I may be able to hang in with him. Amanda showed me a picture of him, and he's not looking well.
No.
He's looking like he's been hitting a few cocktails and possibly
Right.
a few buffets in his travels.
Yeah, there's a funny meme on the internet out there that shows something like it shows Batman and then it shows like Fat Man or something.
Oh, no.
It's pretty sad.
Well, it happens quick. I
Yeah.
can attest to
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Things get
No
out of
doubt.
hand quickly. So in the Open, you've been doing it how many years?
First one was 2011. So 2011, 2012, 14, 15, and then this year. So this is my sixth one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my third one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Time
That seemed like a
flies.
lot?
Yeah, no, didn't realize it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's amazing what a difference it is looking back at my first year to this year.
Mm-hmm.
I was writing about it yesterday, which is always a good way for me to kind of put things in perspective. And I remember actually I was laying in bed. I was so nervous. I was sitting up in bed, and I was watching them perform the Open workout on a Friday night before I was going to perform it the next Saturday. And I was sitting up in bed with 2 pieces of pizza and a pint of ice cream from Flying J, watching people work out and thinking about how I was going to do the next day. And I just felt like that the world was on my shoulders. I was scared to death. And if I didn't do well, then I was going to disappoint, everybody in my family. I was going to shame my family and everybody around me. And today I just
Meanwhile,
don't
they're
see
all
it.
just like, I don't even know what
They
you're
could
talking
care
about.
less.
Yeah.
No, nobody does. Everybody's worried about themselves, and they, at best case, worst case, anybody paying attention to you just wants to see you do well.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody does well. And you just see so many people who get so frustrated, and I was one of those people. And I don't know where I get that level of expectation from.
Yeah, I feel bad sometimes I feel bad for people that are, so you'll see a lot of people, and this past week was really good because, as a good example, because the chest to bar pull-ups. So a pull-up where you have to get your chest to the bar is really a hard thing for most people to do in general. And so a lot of people just weren't able to do that, right? But then what happened was we saw, in our gym anyway, we saw a lot of people during that workout get their very first chest to bar pull-up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, I wasn't able to do that before. Now all of a sudden, here I am repping these things out, and doing way more than I thought I was going to be able to do. And so then there were people that tried to do it and still weren't able to do it, and those people become even more frustrated because everybody's around them. They're seeing these people do this thing, and they're like, I want to do that too, but they don't. But it's their first Open, and they're like you were. They're like, they don't realize that next year they're going to be so far and so much more improved than they are this year, and look at it that way, right? Because now this is a benchmark. So next year, when that chest to bar pull-up workout comes along, they're going to be like, it's not even a problem.
Why was it such a big deal emotionally for me? Not just physically, but the fact that someone spends even a minuscule amount of time on this earth being unhappy because they are incapable of rubbing their chest against a bar.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
8 feet in
Yeah.
the air is
Right.
that's absurd. And then you go to Walmart and you look around and you think, how many of these people could swing from a bar, much less get their chest up there? You know, I'm okay.
Right.
I'm doing the right things.
Yeah.
I'm
but that's making
forward
you know,
progress.
that's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand. You know.
Well, I think that the reason that you're here says a lot about you as a person, and if you're going to get here, then probably you're the kind of person that's going to get frustrated about something like that.
Right.
Did that just cut off?
I don't know. I'm checking.
You better make sure. There we are.
We're back. We didn't go anywhere, but
It didn't go anywhere last time.
the screen went blank, and
Maybe the whole thing is just being shot to hell, and we're talking to nobody, as if we're talking
wouldn't
to
that be
anybody
great?
anyway.
If we've been sitting here talking and the thing's not even turned on.
And the whole world has been waiting to hear what we have to say, and turns out it wasn't recording. Wouldn't that be a shame?
Yeah.
Speaking of the whole world watching this, we are a pretty huge deal because we have not one, not two, we have 3 subscribers. Did you see that?
On the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So that's probably me, you. I don't think we can subscribe to our own. I think
No,
that's
no.
3 independent subscribers.
I think there were like almost 100 views of the video.
94 of those were me.
You watched it 90 times. I watched it 10 times.
So if you're out there, subscribe to it. Even if you don't watch it, just for my sake, do me a favor and subscribe to it.
It's not going to hurt you to do it.
Because I love getting that. I love social media. I love getting a follower. I love, that's why I do all of this. It's because I'm hooked on it.
And that reminds me, we're supposed to say that at the beginning when we start talking. We're supposed to say, go to the website and sign up for the email list and
Yeah.
make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
Who makes those rules?
I just made it up.
I say it whenever the hell I want to. I'll
Well,
just interrupt
that's good.
whenever it comes to me. I'm going to say it.
I just don't want you to forget to say it, and then we've made a whole YouTube episode that one person
That 3 people watch.
and they may not ever know that they can follow us on Instagram at Lift Run Long.
Yeah. I think we'll get 2 more subscribers this week. I got a good
It's going
feeling.
to pick up, man. It's going to pick up once people catch on, and we start having guests.
Yeah.
This is an in-between episode, right?
Is it?
So
Yeah.
last time I said we're going to have somebody on the show next time.
We weren't supposed to do this
We weren't
again for
supposed
another
to.
month, but we had the people spoke.
It
An
was
overwhelming number
It
of
was a
people
demand.
spoke. One person said we should do it twice a month, and I said we should do it every week.
Right.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Open, though.
It's not the first or the last time I'll get thrown off kilter.
Right.
It's my 3rd Open. And
Right.
and the difference in what I do now and what I did 3 years ago is unbelievable. And the happiness.
Because you just don't care.
Because I don't care. I just enjoy it.
I mean, you don't, meaning you don't care about your performance, really. I mean, it doesn't affect you the way it did back then. Like
I don't base the quality of my life I don't value myself as a person.
Right.
I did that before because I needed that. You know, I think the CrossFit has given me the security just as a person from the human standpoint that I don't need that as badly as I used to.
Yeah.
You know, it's helped me, and CrossFit helps me. Just physical exercise in general helps me in so many more ways than just the physical aspect of it. Just the confidence level and being willing to do things that I wouldn't normally do.
But it doesn't matter to you now if you have to scale a workout, right? If a movement comes up that you just can't do, you're not.
I can't do that workout.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Right.
make me any difference. And if I want to do that movement and get to where I can do that workout, then the road that I need to take is obvious. Work towards getting to where I can do that movement.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm getting at is that your mindset is different, and so you'll probably end up doing better than you did before
Absolutely.
because you're not all worried about it. It's like when I ran St. Jude last year was like a great run for me. Like the first time I PR'd in like a couple of years because I just took my watch off and just went and ran and didn't really care what happened. Like, I didn't care if that 3:40 pacer passed me or if, the 4-hour pacer passed me or 5 hours. Who cares? I'm just going to go and run. And I didn't stress out about what my pace was or any of that. I just kind of ran and enjoyed it. And it ended up being the best run ever. So a lot of times
you hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of pacing and running, let me get this straight. You did 2 weeks ago, you did Sillamore. I did Sillamore with you.
We did.
And then you turn around and less than a week, you do the CrossFit Open starts and you do 16.1. And now you're going to turn around and do 16.2
Tonight.
in less than a week from 16.1, and then go run 50 miles and come back and do 16.3.
We're going to go to the Mississippi 50.
Wow.
Tomorrow's Friday. We'll leave Friday, and then the race will be on Saturday. And so I'm doing the Open tonight, right after they announce what the workout is at 7, and then go home, and then we'll leave tomorrow to go to Mississippi.
Jeez.
Get ready for Saturday.
And you don't feel just wrecked? I'm still wrecked from Sillamore and 16.1.
No, this year was really good because I felt so good after the 50K that I went by Tuesday. I felt like I was ready, So by the time the workout came out on Thursday night, Friday night I was ready to go.
Yeah. What kind of mileage have you put in between Sillamore and the 50 miler?
I haven't ran.
0.
I haven't ran. No. I've been training in the gym every day, but I haven't ran.
I ran a mile yesterday before CrossFit in like 12 minutes, 20 something. Something like I was about to die. I felt terrible.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I've done it before.
Yeah.
In a way, that's kind of like Sillamore was that training run for me, and then I'll just go right into the 50 miler.
Do you have any expectations of where you'd like to finish there time-wise? Or
under 9 hours would be great, but I don't know. I've never been there before, so I don't know what it's going to be like for me. I'm more worried about recovering after and then going back to the third open workout, which is kind of exciting for me because I'm really curious as to if I'm going to be able to recover enough to do halfway decent on whatever the third workout is. So that's kind of going to be fun for me.
What will you do in order to recover? When you say you're going to recover, how are there actions you're going to take to get better quickly?
When I come back, usually my routine looks like race on Saturday. I try to roll like mobility and foam rolling, things like that on Sunday. And then light workout on Monday. And then depending on how I feel Tuesday and Wednesday, just ramp up the effort that I put into the workout. And usually by Wednesday, I feel about 90%, and then Friday, good to go. So really just move, get right back into the gym and not sit around and be stiff and that kind of thing.
That's what they say.
Even if I'm working like 50% effort, just come in and roll around on the foam roller. Maybe do some bench pressing, kettlebell swings, and then just go from there depending on how I feel.
My prescription has generally been if I run a long race after the 50 miler on Saturday, I laid in the bed till about Tuesday and then moved to the couch and stayed there till Thursday.
Isn't it like easy to like do that? Like it's so easy to like, I just ran 50 miles, so I'm gonna sit on my bed and eat pizza all week and
it seemed like
somebody bring me a lasagna.
There wasn't anything easy about moving from the bed to the couch, but I overcame those odds, and then I stayed there for like another 2 weeks, and then had to run.
Yeah,
St. Jude.
It almost gets in your head like
that I can't do anything.
It's almost like a slump.
Yeah,
like you're just like, and then week later, you're like, oh, I feel terrible, you know, because I haven't done anything.
And the only solution is to go do it, to
Right.
go exercise and get it moving. Well, that's the only logical solution. I know that in my head, but I'm like, I'm just gonna lay here.
Yeah, but nobody around you is going to say, oh, you shouldn't eat that pizza, you know, or whatever it is, or ice cream or whatever. All they're going to say is, oh, well, you ran a 50-mile race. Like, you should sit on your butt and eat whatever you want to for a week.
Yeah, and I'm going to listen to
that.
those people.
That's going to be an easy thing.
That's
for you
why
to
I
do.
like those people. I keep those people around me. I don't want those people. They don't call me and tell me to go foam roll and come up to the gym.
Right.
Call and tell me, you did great. You don't have to do anything ever again. Just lay there in a bed made of pudding. Which I want a bed made of pudding.
You said that like you really would like to be.
I would love to lay in a bed
pudding.
full of pudding. This chair kind of feels like it's made of pudding. That's why I like this chair. What else we got going on? You got any ideas for what 16.2 is going to be?
Nobody knows. Nobody ever makes good prediction. I hope it's something that I can do easily. And not something that's going to be tough.
What about pistols? So have those ever been in an open workout?
No, I don't think so. Not that I remember.
You think they will be? I hope not.
I don't know. Like I said, you can't really say for sure, but I don't really know. With the scale division, I tend to think that maybe that would be a weird thing to have to scale. I'm not sure how they would do that.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, muscle ups are a complicated movement as well, so you just never, ever know. And last week we got a new movement, the overhead walking lunges that we haven't ever seen before.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's going to be a theme too. And
hope to never see those again. That's not my thing. Lunges aren't my thing. I want to believe that pistols are something that is one of those movements that if I was put in front of a bunch of people and that was what I had to do,
you'd figure a way out.
That I could, the adrenaline would carry me through that, which is exactly what I think the Open's all about.
Yeah.
You said that we had a great number of people who did their first chest to bar pull-ups. Mm-hmm. With those people did their first 15 and 20 chest to bar pull-ups.
Right.
Not only could they not do one before the Open started, they go in there and they do 20 and 25 of them. And that's incredible to have that wall set up that I just can't do them.
Uh-huh.
And then to find out not only can I do one, I can do a bunch of them.
Right. And then not to discount everybody else, I mean, there's people that had just started CrossFit or just started working out really in general, walking into a competition.
Yeah.
Which is a huge mental hurdle, and that's pretty impressive that people can do that, whether they do a scaled version of a movement or not. Walking into an environment where all of a sudden I have a judge staring at me, making sure everything I do is correct.
And a room full of people that are all primarily unfamiliar to me.
And especially if you're a person that's not used to working out a lot, that's pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a lot of those at our gym too, which is pretty awesome.
And that carries over into your daily life. That phone call that you don't want to make.
Yeah.
I can make this phone call if I could do what I did the other day. I can make it through this day that I feel like I just want to be able to make it. If I made it through that, I can make it through this.
Yeah.
And not only can I make it through this day, I can thrive in this day and attack it and own it. And that's what it gives to you. It's great.
Confidence.
Yeah. And that's what, any race, signing up for any race or any competition, if you do that, in my book, man, I love you. I think you're great. I just admire the hell out of people that are willing to take that risk. And the people that jump into it without knowing how they're going to finish or even if they're going to finish.
Right.
And are willing to risk failure.
Yeah.
And still go about doing it.
Well, you ran 50 miles. Amanda ran 50 miles. Like, I remember the first time you ran a 50K or something. It was like, what makes you think I can do this? Like, there's no way, like, I don't even understand how this is happening, but you did it.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember the first day I ran 8 miles
Because you got lost.
with you in a group, and
Or did you get lost?
no, I didn't
What
get
was it?
lost. I was just out there all day. It was awful. Everything was red. There was not a part of my body that was not rubbed together and putting out heat. And then you said you won't need to do that for a long time. That was a great benchmark. And, so now we're going to move on to some interval training. And the very next week, I was like, I'm going to do 10 or 11 miles this week. And I went over to my mom's and I set out to run. And I wound up like calling my brother to come pick me up, who didn't answer his phone. And I didn't run again for like months. Screw it.
When was the one when we were on the trail? We were on a trail and
that was the first time I ever ran 10 miles, and it was the first time I ever ran on trails, and that was when I really discovered that I love running. The trails was when
I remember I was done, and then whoever
you and Brian Swanson and Brad Montgomery said, yeah, we're going to go out and run on the trails. You want to come? And I said, sure. And it was like, good morning. And y'all were off. I mean, within the first like 200 meters, y'all were off. And I was like, man, those guys can go to hell. And then after about 5 minutes, I was like, this is great.
Yeah. And at the end, we were waiting for you, and you ran much further than I'd expected. Mm-hmm. Like, and I was thinking in my head, I told him he's gonna be pissed when he comes out of the woods. He's gonna be like
beating ass.
He'll be swinging at me. Like, I feel like I should probably go home. And so we started walking through the woods looking for you, and then finally you came out. You showed up, and you were like whistling and having a great time.
Yeah. Brad came back in there, and he was like, poking out like behind a tree, like, is everything good? I was like, yeah, man, I'm great. I got to get this 10 miles. And then he ran on ahead to let you know that all was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a great
really
day. That was a great day. And aside from that, I don't think I have anything else to talk about.
Cool.
I want to do this again next week.
Next week we'll talk about how the Mississippi 50 went.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
Brian. I'm really
excited.
And Brian Swanson will be running.
Is it his first 50 or is he done?
No. He's done. I think he's done this one before. But there are a couple of other people going with us too, and
he's done this 50 before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if you're at the Mississippi 50, look for the red hoodies.
Yeah. Come up and say hello.
And I might give you a T-shirt or something.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good. And we'll do this again next week, probably about the same time. I'm excited about doing it weekly. I don't know that we'll do it every week, but I don't know that we won't do it every other day. Nothing's stopping us.
No.
YouTube allows us to post like as many times as we want.
Yeah, and we have equipment.
And we have 3 subscribers. We're going for 5. What's our goal, 5?
5 subscribers by next week.
I got to get to my dad's and show him where the button is. I'm thinking one of those subscribers was probably my mom trying to flag us.
trying
to take us down. I'm going to show her how to do it.
I'm just excited to see what equipment you buy between now and the next time.
I'm not going to buy any more. I got like some boom mics and things showing up.
All right.
Peace.
Hey.